So I'm Swapnil, co-founder and CEO of Rigi. We use Stream's React Native SDK in our mobile apps and also React JS SDK in our web app. We also use the Node.js SDK in our backend. At Rigi, we basically help creators to monetize their offerings, right? So if as a creator you already have a great distribution or great community on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, etc., we provide you tools so that you can launch basically courses, workshop, webinars, or paid community, right? That is where Rigi comes in. And one of our major component of offering for a creator is paid communities or paid groups. And also at the same time, we allow creators to basically have their own free channels, right? Free groups where users can come and interact with them in a private space. So, and just to give you some idea of the scale, like we have creators who have more than 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 members also in their free channels, right? And then they have like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 members in their paid group. So for that, we were looking for a solution which can actually power such high usage in terms of number of concurrent users and number of scale, right? So that is why we use Stream to power all interaction happening on our apps. A lot of our creators previously used to run these communities on Telegram or WhatsApp, right? So in terms of feature, it was very, very important for us to at least match the quality of like features which were already there on WhatsApp or on Telegram. In terms of scale, I think close to 250,000 users visit these paid, free or paid groups on a monthly basis. Daily active users, like Monday to Friday, it will be around 25, 30,000 users in terms of scale. And in terms of feature, right, obviously the basic one is to be able to post instantaneously, right? So if I'm writing something, it should go to users as soon as possible. Uh, and then having those features like you can basically send voice notes, you can send images, you can like combine multiple images, you can send polls, right? And then have the power of users reacting to your messages, right? These are the things which are very, very essential for a community or a chat group to run, right? So that there is both two-way interaction between a creator and a user, right? So a lot of our creators basically use the channel functionality wherein we only allow creators to post. Users can only consume the content, right? They cannot write something in the channel. So for them, then it becomes important that how do they interact with with the creator, right? So we have a poll functionality, again powered by Stream. We have reaction functionality where a creator is posting something and then users can react. So the creator also knows exactly how the users are taking his message and all, right? And then obviously the features of sending images, videos, PDFs, documents are a must have. So most of our creators used to run these groups earlier on Telegram because WhatsApp initially had 500 or 300 limit, right? You cannot have more than 300 member in a group, right? And most of the creators were actually running their large groups on Telegram, and still a lot of them run on Telegram. But the problem with Telegram is, suppose as a creator you are running a paid group and then you are running it on Telegram. So on Telegram, as an end user, I can share my login with unlimited number of members. So my username password can be logged in at the same time by 10, 15, 30 members. So that is something which we have blocked in Rigi, right? So from a user device, we have limited how many users can log in from a single device. So that was a core insight why people actually want to move away from Telegram to Rigi and to start their paid members. And and the other product which we rolled out was actually creators can create their private community, right? Wherein the whole feed wala product comes in, that you have a feed where creators can interact, right? So there again, the requirement from a lot of creators was we already have a feed segment, but we also want a free broadcast channel, right? Wherein they can broadcast anything at the same time, right? So that again was one of the feature requests. So we thought, okay, we will use Stream for that. I mean, when we started, we were just two developers, right? So in terms of saving bandwidth and to get a good product, we thought, okay, we'll not make it in-house. And still now we think, right, chat is something which it's going good for us. We don't want to like invest a lot of tech bandwidth in this, right? We do evaluated a lot of companies. I don't remember the name as of now. But what I did is like everyone had their React Native SDK, right? So I'm a developer also, right? So I integrated all these SDKs in like 4 or 5 apps, and I started using it between me and my friend. So there we found out the stream smoothness was very, very good in terms of sending message and then instantaneously. The main factor for us was as soon as a message is sent, the end user should receive it, right, within 5 to 10 millisecond or max to max like within like 20, 30, 40 millisecond. And I think Stream was far, far ahead of everyone else at that time, right, in terms of delivery of message. And that was something which we really liked. And also like notification initially was a problem for us, and Stream had a notification like inbuilt solution, right? So we used that initially, and that was also really, really good. So we thought, okay, we'll go ahead with Stream. So I would say in terms of smoothness and also the speed of the infrastructure at your backend, right, is something which we really like. integrated all of them in my like app, and I tested everyone. A lot of them did not have like at that time React Native SDK. That also I remember, right? React Native SDK was not there in some of them. I think in Sendbot or something, right? They were just giving their APIs, and then you can make your own uh, interface, right? So again, that was a problem for us that time because we didn't want to invest anything in like developing the chat product. We wanted to use a custom solution which is already out there. First integration was done within hours. Like it was just integrating the SDK. To get to launch, we needed some features like poll was not there at that time, and right, and then reaction where there was something which was not there for us. Voice note was not there, I think, as far as I remember, right? But then we like got in touch with Stephen at the same time, right? We said that okay, these are our functionalities and we want to have it. So for launch, actually we started implementing Stream right on day zero of Rigi's like code creation only, right? So till launch it took 2 months, but again, right? So the good part was in those 2 months we got all the solutions ready for us. Poll, voice note, and everything was like they helped us. You can use. There was some hack around like how you can add polls and all, right, using emojis ka function and all. But full launch, like from our side, it took 2 months because it took us 2 months to create the whole company only, right? So that is really, really good, right? So we have a dedicated Slack channel, right? Whenever we face any issue, we just post it over there and someone is there instantly. They will either reply or they will like connect to some dev and they will like get on call if needed, right? There have been a few instances where the developers from USF come on call and debug with us, right? Like in SDK side also or in like backend side also, right? So that is like I give 10 out of 10, right? So there is always someone out there who is ready to help us, right? Whenever we face any issue, right? In terms of revenue, I can say. Uh, so when a creator was on Telegram and WhatsApp, right? I mean, so Rigi just becomes a payment solution then, because we are taking payment and then we are adding user on Telegram and WhatsApp, right? So we are not a tech provider in that sense. They just use us for the payment part. But when we ask them to move on our app, right? So basically for the reason that okay, your login is not shared, and then if 100 people are paying for your service, 100 people are getting those services right in the groups. That becomes a very interesting factor for creators to actually move away from WhatsApp and Telegram and come on Rigi, right? Because then they know that okay, if there is no leakage in their system, their renewals will increase. Their users, like if 10 people want to buy your service, at least 5 or 6 people will buy your service, right? So in terms of revenue, that has really impacted, right? So we have two products. One is obviously you can monetize on WhatsApp and Telegram, and one is obviously you can like create your groups on Rigi and all, right? So that Rigi, we see like more than 50% growth on like year on year that is happening, still happening, right? Because where people are actually moving away from WhatsApp and Telegram and using Rigi to monetize their offering. So that is something. In terms of engagement, we do not calculate so much because it's again not our product, right? It completely depends on creator, how much they engage, how much they post, right? So those metrics, we actually cannot do a lot about those kind of stuff. So in terms of revenue, we measure it. The feedback is pretty good because a lot of creators are actually moving away from WhatsApp and Telegram. And if you don't have a competing product, it's very hard to move away from those good products, right? There are issues wo to har jagah hi aate hain, that is fine, right? But on a large scale, I would say the feedback is pretty good. And the basic thing is in chat, right? You just want your messages to go out instantly. Like if you're sending something, it should go, right? And the formatting and all is structured. So everything is there in place. And the good thing is in last 2 years, I have not seen even a single day down there if there is a downtime, right? So everything is working smoothly. So I mean the feedback are good. Like everyone is like praising it only, and then yeah, everything is fine. Yeah, definitely. Like I already recommend to a lot of people who ask me, and we also use the feed section, right? That is also pretty smooth.